All right, y'all. Today we are going to talk about why bump stocks are still banned in Washington State.
Okay, we are gonna go get ourselves, well, can't afford that, so we'll just get a bump stock. Get ourselves a bump stock here. Right, there's just, what the hell, man? Where are all the bump stocks? Hey, excuse me. How you doing? Hey, can you just tell me where all the bump stocks are at?
Bump stocks?
Yeah, bump stocks.
Yeah, we don't have those here.
What?
We're doing it right now.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, I know some other people have been saying they're not, but why don't you just can you now tell me where the bump stocks are?
Okay.
Yeah. But no, seriously, you know the bump stock ban got knocked down, right? So what aisle are they in?
No section. We don't carry the bump stocks.
Hey, can I bother you for a second? Can you just let me know where you guys keep the bump stocks?
We don't sell those here.
What?
No, we don't sell those.
Let's see what this is all about.
Hey, man.
Hey, Tom, everyone downstairs is saying that you guys don't have any bump stocks. What's going on with that?
We don't have them here in Washington State.
Well, you know the bump stock ban was overturned by the Supreme Court today, right?
Yep. Well, that's a great question. Let's spend a few minutes and talk about why bump stocks are still banned in Washington State.
Okay, Washington, this is what we are talking about today. We are talking about the big ruling in the matter of Cargill v. Garland and the fact that the United States Supreme Court has found that the ATF's bump stock ban is, in fact, unlawful and thrown it out. So how does that affect us here in Washington State? The answer is absolutely, positively, no way at all. That's right. Yes, this was a great day for people. And if you live in states like Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Tennessee, states that allow its citizens to live free, kind of like our founding fathers intended it to do, then yeah, tomorrow, theoretically, you could walk into a gun store or presumably any store that sells these types of products and purchase lawfully a bump stock. However, in Washington State, you see, we banned those by state law in 2019. And remember that unlike the way this was done on the federal level, which is just turn the ATF loose to go write a new rule to turn around and turn thousands of people into criminals overnight, the state of Washington actually unleashed something just as equally evil as the ATF. And of course, that is our state legislature. And when we take a look at other states such as California, New York, Illinois, Maryland, and some of the other states that have banned these types of devices, that is the method by which they also went about banning them, which means that the mechanism, which is oftentimes the attack method under which these rules are thrown out, it's the method of implementation, those don't exist in these local state bans. Okay, just so we're clear what we're talking about, RCW 9.41.010 subsection 5 actually defines what is a bump stock. According to Washington law, that is, bump fire stock means a butt stock designed to be attached to a semi-automatic firearm with the effect of increasing the rate of fire achievable with the semi-automatic firearm of that of a fully automatic firearm by using the energy from the recoil of the firearm to generate reciprocating action that facilitates repeated activation of the trigger. Note there that they point out that the trigger will actually be activated multiple times. A huge distinction which puts these laws on much more solid ground. Now, I had mentioned on this video right here that I thought that candidly bump stocks, before we went out and banned them by name, were probably banned anyways when you take a look at Washington's definition of a machine gun. And for those of you who also live in blue states that don't allow individuals to exercise their inalienable rights, you need to take a look at how you have defined machine gun, because it could be based not on the function of the trigger, but on the rate of fire. And in that instance, it's quite possible that bump stocks would fall under your state statutory definition of machine gun. Washington State, for example, defines it as Machine gun means any firearm known as a machine gun, mechanical rifle, submachine gun, or any other mechanism or instrument not requiring that the trigger be pressed for each shot, and having a reservoir, clip, disc, drum, belt, or other separable mechanical device for storing, carrying, or supplying ammunition, which can be loaded into the firearm, mechanism, or instrument and fired therefrom at a rate of 5 or more shots per second. But here's the big thing, Washington, and this is why the Cargill ruling really will have absolutely zero application to us for the time being. You see, back in 2019, when the Trump administration was actually turning the ATF loose like some rabid attack dog to go out and write new rules to just turn people into felons overnight, never a good idea. Yeah, the state of Washington instead did it the old-fashioned way. They just got their state legislature to shove that legislation down your throat. RCW 9.41.190, which has traditionally listed the firearms which are prohibited to possess in Washington state, was amended in 2019 to add bump stocks. The statute now reads as follows. Except as otherwise provided in this section, it is unlawful for any person to A, manufacture, own, buy, sell, loan, furnish, transport, or have in possession or under control any machine gun, bump fire stock, undetectable firearm, short-barreled shotgun, or short-barrel rifle. So what the state of Washington has basically done is defined what a bump stock is and used pretty accurate language to describe that device, and then basically said, hey, listen, the possession of those devices standing alone is unlawful, and did so through the actual legislative process. So at the end of the day, Washington, the Cargill case, albeit a great win for inalienable rights, and albeit a great win for all of plaintiffs' counsel who worked very hard to get that result, it will have absolutely zero benefit to any of us here in Washington state. Listen, we're going to go ahead and link up all of the statutes that we relied upon down below so that you guys can geek out on it for yourself. Maybe you got ideas for videos that we should be doing around here. If you do, click on that link right over there, because candidly, some of the best videos we ever did weren't really our ideas. If you got questions about this issue or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights, our contact information is down below in the description box. And then finally, and most importantly, let's everyone remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, so know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. From the totally fantastic Security Gun Club here in Woodinville, Washington, thanks for watching and stay safe.
All right, y'all. So what you think about that, man? What do we think about that? I think that was pretty that was pretty disappointing, man, to hear about that. Drop a 1 in the comment if if you can hear me. Drop a 1 in the comments if you can hear me. Drop a 1 in the comment if you can hear me. Not sure. I was having some technical difficulties earlier. Before getting started, I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Please leave a 1 in the comment if you can hear me. Yeah, but I'm going to just go ahead and talk like I normally do. Hopefully somebody drop a 1 in the comment. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty sad news for those of us that are in the state of Washington, knowing that Cargill v. Garland, was able to allow us to possess bump stocks, and the pistol grip rule was dropped as well. Now, I talked to a local gun store. Shout out to Miracle Pond and Gun Brent, the supreme ruler over there, who sells me lots of guns. He said that they don't have them in Washington State, and not able to get them right now at this time. We can't even get Palmetto State Armory to sell to anybody in Washington State at this time, due to the ban that Washington State has against quote unquote assault rifles. I think, which is pretty sad. So hopefully we have to turn that over here in the state. A lot of people say, well, the feds turned it over, so you guys should be able to own them in individual states. Well, that's not true. That's just like individual states kind of buck the feds. when they opened up cannabis dispensaries. They started selling marijuana. Well, that's a federally regulated scheduled narcotic, and it's illegal on the federal level. Well, the states are still doing it, right? So the fact that the states can ban things and the United States government can overturn it on the federal level, individual states still have the right, which they shouldn't. I'm not in agreement of that at all. But the individual states still have a right, as they do with marijuana, to kind of govern their own state. Each state has its own set of bylaws and state constitution, as does the United States of America, right? So you have individual corporations inside of a large corporations, kind of like shell companies, right? And an LLC or a trust can own a bunch of other nonprofit and for-profit or LLCs underneath the umbrella of another one, right? And so that's kind of how our government has set up itself, as well as these individual states. So even though bump stocks have been back on the market here, they're just not in our state, which sucks. And pistol braces, not sure if we're going to be able to get those either. You can't even buy triggers in our state from a lot of places. Some places do sell them. But I guess they have to sell triggers because triggers are something more than just to assault rifles, and that's the name that they named it in our state. They call them assault rifles. That's the legal name of them in the state of Washington. So some folks are kind of scared to sell triggers and springs and different parts, and then some folks are like, well, yeah, we need those parts. So those of you that just kind of chimed in, I just kind of reposted a video from Washington gun law. We just kind of ran through 8 minutes of that. He broke down the laws in our state. Freedom Fighter, welcome, man. Welcome, my friend. Rebellion to tyranny is obedience to God. I like that, man. That needs to be a t-shirt, man. That needs to be a t-shirt for sure, man. How's everybody doing out there tonight, man? You rubbing on your good guns, man. Hey, I just posted a video earlier of me going to the Brash Pro Shop. And I said I was giving away some silver, some precious metals. If you guys can guess which box of 45 ACP bullets I bought, if you can figure that out, I'll pick one of the comments and pick a winner, and we'll figure out how we'll do that, and we'll get it figured out, man. And I'll get you some silver sent out, man. And but you gotta pay attention. You gotta watch that last video about me walking through the Bass Pro Shop to find out what I bought. Drop a comment of what I bought, and I'll pick a winner, and I'll be sending out some precious metals. Once again, make sure you guys hit the comment section, drop a comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. But to win, you have to be a subscriber. So make sure that you're a subscriber, and to be able to win the silver, just tell me on the last video, which box of 45 shells did I buy or ammunition that I bought. Take a guess, and I will pick a winner, and I will send you some precious metals, maybe some 999, maybe some 40%, maybe some 90% silver. But definitely we'll be sending out some precious metals. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody having a blessed day. Happy Father's Day. This is also the high holy days of Feast of First Fruits, Pentecost, as they call it. All praises to the Most High. Hope everybody's having a beautiful Father's Day out there, enjoying time with your family and your loved ones. And with that, I just want to say, man, I'm gone, man. I hope y'all have a good end of the weekend and a beautiful rest of this new week coming up.